Hey guys, Maddie here with my September daily journal. Really quickly, I just want to share with you. September 1st, I'm just going to go straight into it. I don't know if you can see these are the address book papers that came in all these journals. I have a ton of these, so I try to use them as much as I can. I sewed some together and made a pocket. These are some glittered polka dot stickers. September 1st was my daughter's birthday party, and these are the streamers that we had, as decoration. So there's the birthday girl, and I made her shirt in the tutu. She didn't wear that, but for just to take these pictures. There's her saying thank you to everybody after opening the gifts. There's some of the kids doing some finger painting. And there's the little bouncy castle water slide that we had. And we had a little bit of rain, kind of like a 5-10 minute weather episode. And after it cleared up, there was a double rainbow. So I thought that was pretty cool. But that was for September 1st. And here's just more streamers from her birthday party. Let's be quiet, okay? Then just here's with her and my parents. So that was the first. This is the second. We still had that bouncy house, so you can see the girls. We played in it actually all day that day. There's the girls inside just playing with some of her new toys. There's just some of the books that she got. She loves to read, so. The third, I was feeling horrible that day, and so I didn't even remember to take a picture. So the fourth, this is actually from an EK Success Punch, and I just covered the wording and what the product information and all that stuff with some paper and some washi tape, and there's just a picture of me and my daughter. On our laptops. I covered the back with some paper that I printed out. This is some fabric washi tape, and this is some washi tape underneath. Some twine. Just a little, my stamp that I have. And there's just a picture of, that's not me, but my husband and I play softball for his work on a co-ed team. So that was the fifth. The sixth, here's just this transparency that I have in my stash. I put happy 30th birthday. It's my husband's birthday that day. There's just some pictures of me and my daughter getting dirty with some paint. There's my youngest painting. This is all journaling in the back. He wanted some homemade pizza, so we made that for dinner. And then me and my daughter made him his birthday cake. So that's that. And then, so that's his actual birthday. On the the 7th, he had to work. So on the 7th, he took off. And we just did whatever he wanted to do. We went swimming that morning. And there's my youngest at the pool. The 8th, my iPhone screen cracked. Very sad day. But I have this piece of white paper, and I put a bunch of these strips on there just to kind of use them up. And I'll later in the book, I think it's this book, or I used it already. I think I used it already. It was a big 8.5 by 11, and I cut this part off, and this was just the leftover, and I just used it, put it on the paper bag. So that's the 8th. Some washi tape and some stickers. The 9th I think this was the first football season. The first football game of the season, sorry. And I think that's we're Packers fans, so I just green and yellow tape. And then here's some pictures of my dad and the grandkids, and then my niece and my daughter. And then there's a picture of us. So that goes in there. This is the 10th. Right there, September 10. This was from a washi tape that I got online, and I don't know what it said underneath here, but I covered it and just used the word 10. This is actually some Studio Calico packaging, and I had written on here with a Sharpie, but I don't know, I guess it started to smear, so I don't know if you can tell, but I had to go back and put some Scotch tape on it so it wouldn't mess up the whole page. So I gotta remember next time I use some packaging Studio Calico. The Sharpie didn't work. But anyways, just a picture of the girls that we had practice that day at the softball field. So there's that. The 11th, just never ending loads of laundry. I like the way I did the different fonts, stickers. The 12th, just my daughter sleeping underneath the table. Just did a little cluster of embellishments right here. This is a printable bingo thing that I got from 2Ps. And then my journaling in the back. This I cut out with my circle cutter. This is the 13th, and it's just a picture of my cousin and my girls, and then me and the girls just being silly. And then the journaling in the back. And this is all from, I think, the Michaels, the Recollections sketchbook paper. I had made a daybook, or was in the process of making a daybook, and these are all just scraps. This paper is just some of the art paper of the girls, and I just made a circle out of it with my circle cutter. These are all my daily journals. I took some pictures. They look pretty cool. Some washi tape. Just a little cluster here. And the journaling on this little shipping tag. And that's the 14th. The 15th, these are 2 shipping tags. Not shipping tags, sorry. I think they're time cards. My friend Reagan gave me a whole bunch of them, and I really like using them. And I added confetti all along the side right here. Glued them and circled some of them, outlined them, I mean. Just wanted to use up some of that stuff. This is washi tape with, I think this is pink paisley. I cut it out. That's just, I think we went to the park that day. And then it's just us at home. And again, I did the same thing on the side. Just put a whole bunch of confetti, outlined some of them. Randomly, you know, put some up. The 16th, this is just a piece of corrugated board that I had already torn and distressed and everything, and I just used it. Just a little love note that my husband left on the shower, and here's some journaling. The girls have a crayon that she can write on the tub and stuff, and he just wrote me a little note. I really like doing the different fonts, but this is kind of like khaki washi tape. I got it from Michaels. I think it's the corrugated board, but it doesn't really stick very well on this paper. I did have to use my strip of HEG to keep it down, but the ends are coming up, and but I really think it's because of the corrugated board, and it's not the brand or anything. This is just a picture of my husband. The window had like completely just randomly fell, and he had to fix it real quick, and then there's just my youngest playing with his tool set. So that was that day. The 18th, this is Tuesday. This is just an envelope that I had in my stash. I didn't finish this day. I need to add pictures. My mom had gotten back from her vacation. She went to Michigan and Chicago, and she saved all this stuff because she knows I like it. But this is like her boarding pass. Like I said, I need to print out some pictures of her when she came home, and I need to do the journaling. But that's my picture for the day. We had just gotten the rental car because they're fixing our car from the accident. So that's that day. The 19th, it's just my daughter having one of her little terrible 2 moments. I journaled about that, and then I put little banners and on the top. The 20th, we were just having some arts and crafts, getting dirty again. That's the 20th. The 21st was a Friday. We went to a USO show on base. And Elmo and all his friends were there. It was really, really fun. The girls really enjoyed it, and I just took some stuff from the little thing that they had table set up. And it's just my husband and my daughter, and then me and my daughter. I didn't finish the journaling on this either. I need to do that. And then this is from the previous day. It's just my daughter's letter practicing. I actually ran out of my Dymo label maker, the embossing, the black, and so that's why I don't think I put anything on there. This is Saturday the 22nd. So we had a really busy day that day. This is actually from the invitation. I went to a bachelorette party later that day. But during the day, we went on base again, and they had little activities for the kids. Did some shopping, things like that. And I wanted my Dymo label to label everything. So that's why this isn't completed either. There's my husband and my daughters. And she's eating salsa. She loves chili salsa. And then this is an invitation to my cousin's soon-to-be wife's bachelorette party. So there's me and my cousins, and then there's the bride-to-be and all of us. And so, like I said, I need to finish ran out of my Dymo, so I need to finish that. The 23rd, we had like a freak lightning storm, and just took a picture of the sky. My daughter actually saw, I think, the lightning, but later it was on the news and stuff, so I don't even know if that was a cloud that it came from, but I thought it was a cool picture. This is the 24th, and this is my daughter just after she's eaten ice cream all dirty. And I had pre-made this, and I just had it in my stash, so I used it. 25th, towards the end of this week, I wasn't feeling very well, so these pages are not very well done. We don't drink coffee, but we do have a coffee machine. My in-laws bought it for me when they stayed with us one time, but I make my tea in there, so we use it a lot for that. And I just wrote about that. This is a 26th, as you can see my date stamp, and I just took a picture of her hair and just did a whole bunch of layers and washi tape in the back, and sewed these 2 index cards together. The 27th is a one-legged grasshopper, and we found him outside. Just took a picture. The 28th, I just took a picture of all the new washi that I have gotten. This is 1, 2, 3. These 4 rows are all from Michael's, the Recollection brand. And this one I got online from downtowntape.com. And so that's all the new washi. I just added some layers in the back. The 29th, we had a couples retreat at a hotel here in town, and that's just us at the retreat. And then later that night we picked up the girls and brought them to the hotel, and they went swimming. Talked about that. And then the 30th, this is a Sunday. This is actually our room card holder, and I just had some little, this is the girls eating breakfast, the hotel. And then this is just the itinerary for the retreat that we were in. I thought our room key was in here, but I guess not. But that is that. I covered this with paper because it was all the hotel name and everything. It's just some random washi and my Dymo, my blue Dymo. And that was it. These are just the tickets for our voucher for drinks, and I couldn't use them, so I put them on there. And that's September. It's pretty chunky. But I'm a little behind with October, so stay tuned for that. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.